Welcome to part 2 of my pickups for May 29th, 2014. Spin this disc around real quick. Anyways, we were talking about World of Warcraft. This actually comes with a special disc that will work with Windows 7 and I believe Windows 8. You have to have it customly. I guess they'll make it for whatever, Windows 7, Windows 8, to actually work with those kinds of computers. Originally, these games did not. You have to have DOSBox or something like that to get it to work. I decided to pay the premium and have, just to have these games work on the newer computers. It's unfortunate these are not available for, Warcraft 1 and 2 are not available on, on, goodoldgames.com or steam.powered.com, the Steam service, gaming service. I think that Blizzard would make a great deal of money off these. There's a lot of fans out there that want these games on there, but yeah, they work just fine with my computer. They're not full screen, unfortunately, and that's probably how they originally played, possibly. I'm not entirely sure because I don't remember. I used to play these games with my dad years ago, and he probably still has his original copies too. He doesn't have the boxes, unfortunately, because they're so big. Here's the expansion, World of Warcraft Beyond the Dark Portal expansion set. I think my version's only compatible with Windows computers, maybe? Not entirely sure. But here's the disc. They're real easy to install. It's a quick install. Doesn't eat up a lot of space on your computer, and that is great. I think this is the last game. Need for Speed Shift. This is not my copy. This is actually a loaner copy from a coworker, but it's a great game, and I'll probably end up picking it up if I don't beat the game and if he wants it back. So yeah. Here's the ET DVD that actually came with the Blu-ray as well, in an actual case. Has been stored away at the moment, so can't really show it. It's pretty much a standard, Blu-ray case. Nothing special about it, really. Here is Big, starring Tom Hanks and Robin Williams in Mrs. Doubtfire. Sally Field's in there, of course, and I think a few other people that are fairly famous or were famous at the time. But these each have their own individual discs. Both come with extras, so that's really cool. You can get it for a decent price, depending on where you buy it from. The Mrs. Doubtfire looks really, really good on Blu-ray. Better lighting, they've upped the detail here. Sound quality is excellent, so those your favorite music tracks that are in this movie are really going to shine if you have a good sound system. Artificial Intelligence, featuring Haley Joel Osment, who has gotten out of the music out of the film industry, and Jude Law. I think The Mother, I've seen The Mother in other films too, but great movie here. If you don't know about it, check it out on wikipedia.com. Very, very well made movie, great soundtrack. It's a orchestrated soundtrack, but great special effects here. It looks a little hokey in some sections because this is from 2001, but great movie directed by Steven Spielberg. Dark Water, Jennifer Connelly, from the author of The Ring. So this does have some similarities to The Ring. Outstanding, picture quality here and sound quality. I mean, my system, when I could hear the, footprints in the vacant apartment above, when they came on the, through the speakers, it sounded really, very real. So if you have this on DVD and you want to make the jump to Blu-ray, it's a great upgrade. Great movie too. Foo Fighters' Sonic Highways HBO documentary. It has 8 episodes featuring 8 songs. At the end of each episode, talks about the history of music in Chicago, New Orleans, Austin, New York, Los Angeles. I think there's a few other cities, but I don't remember them at the moment. plus 10 extended interviews and more than 150 minutes of never before seen footage inside the recording of Sonic Highways. I watched a little bit of that, and it's really interesting. It shows more of the band actually going through the songs than it does on the original program, so you're seeing stuff you've never seen before. Picture quality and sound quality here are excellent. So if you don't have the album, you don't really need it if you buy this, because you already have, you know, the music videos of each song. It's mostly of the band performing the songs, you know, with some interesting special effects, with the actual handwritten text coming onto the screen, scrolling, really cool. But here's the cities I missed. I think it was Washington, D.C. and Seattle. But very great documentary here. It talks about the history of blues, jazz, punk rock. Dave even talks about Nirvana. We get to hear some of Dave's tapes that he made in the, I think it was Laundry Room Studios with I forget his name, something Barrett. But those tapes are really, really neat to hear, and they should really release those officially. A lot of fans want them released officially, and that's pretty much the Foo Fighters' first album recorded. You know, Dave did drums, guitar, bass, vocals, guitar. So, critically acclaimed documentary here. I'm sure it's bound to win some awards somewhere. So pick it up if you can, or watch it on any streaming service if it's available. I'll have to go back to the video games. I forgot a few. Here is Back to the Future Trilogy on Blu-ray, 25th Anniversary Edition. All three movies digitally restored in HD. All new bonus features. You actually get footage from the actual ride of this show. I mean, it's the actual film footage. But movies never look better here. They sound better. They just, I mean, it's a great experience. You have deleted scenes. A lot of the stuff that was on the DVD edition trilogy of this has been ported over to this edition. You also get new special features as well. So, I mean, you got perfect picture and sound here. This is the best these are going to look for now. A must-have for any fan of the Back to the Future movies, for sure. Switching back over to the games right quick. Here is Midway Arcade Greatest Hits, the Atari Collection. You have Battlezone here, Tempest, Centipede, Asteroids, Missile Command, Super Breakout, and maybe a few others. But Battle Tank, I think, or Battlezone, yes, that's a great game. I had to get it for Battlezone. I'd never played that game. I hadn't played it in a while. I think I'd played it, this collection, on a emulator, so absolutely had to have that. Need for Speed High Stakes Greatest Hits Edition. I think I went through 2 copies of these, nearly 3 back in the day, so I did have the Greatest Hits Edition in the original collection. Still sticking with the DVDs. We'll make our way over to the music for the next part. Kitty Spit in Your Eye DVD. This was kind of hard to find online for a decent price, but I used to have the VHS of this. So the DVD edition is a great jump up in quality, picture, and sound. You have a 60-minute concert here, 9 live songs including Brackish and Charlotte, never before seen interviews and behind the scenes footage. This is really the only official Kitty DVD we have out right now by the band. They're doing a 20th anniversary commemorative DVD spanning through their entire career. They're doing a Kickstarter for that right now, so support that, and that DVD will come out. So they're digging back into their archives just to do that one. They're showing footage from this, footage of them recording their first and second album, pretty much all the way up to where they are now. So this came out like 15 years ago. It's amazing. Can't believe it. Sticking with Kitty, I used to own this album, the next one I'm going to show, on CD, of course. These were not released. Maybe, I think the first 2 were released on cassette. But meet me over in part 3.